It's Flip City Magazine, The Parodies, Special Edition, with savage send-ups of The Walking Dead, Star Trek Picard, Stranger Things, The Mandalorian, Guardians of the Galaxy, and more from the first 4 years of Flip City. Get Flip City The Parodies free when you subscribe in print at flipcitymag.com. The world's best satire magazine, and never, ever woke.
Who am I, you ask? I was created in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by the waste of a dying world. I was bestowed with an insurmountable task: bring peace after decades of death, persecution, and chaos. I am a grandchild of war, destined to help two camps which hate has fueled for far too long. Surprisingly, I am not alone. Have an odd bunch to make the road a little more bearable. Come with me to bring hope where there was despair, respect where there was resentment, creativity where there was destruction. I am Pinocchio, and this is my story.
In the heart of a major city, in a place raised to honor Earth's past protectors, the world will again learn, sometimes, superpowered intrigue doesn't stop at the grave. Galaxy Memorial Park, Volume 1, beginning crowdfunding Memorial Day 2025.
Hey, everybody, Dirk Manning here, the writer and creator of numerous comic books and graphic novels, including Nightmare World, Tales of Mystery, Brave But Not Dead, all kinds of stuff. And I am super excited for you because you are getting to watch right now, right this moment, out of all the things we're really going to be doing, you're getting to enjoy and revel in the Madness Comic Network. And that is awesome. Thank you for being here.
Or something.
Welcome to the Madness Entertainment Group's Monday Madness. What's going on, Pops?
It's all action.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah. I sometimes I get busy and I forget to book shows.
Happens.
So we were kind of just like throwing out the last minute invites to this one because I forgot to book the show. I'm sorry. What can I tell you? And on that subject, before I go on, I need a guest for What's Your Issue at noon on Friday. So if anybody wants to come out on What's Your Issue noon on Friday.
Hey, I've already done it. And last time I went to the grocery store, I almost took a picture of my grocery cart just to prove to you how bad I am. Put it back. Put it back.
Yes. So I'm Pops Van Zant. Y'all know that. This is my co-host, Levi. Levi, are you... There's a rumor. There's a rumor out there. That Levi is going to be hosting a draw stream on Tuesday afternoons at 3 p.m.
Absolutely true.
Yes.
Yep.
So another draw stream. And we added the Saturday draw stream. And so now, 2 more shows to add to the schedule. Thanks, bud.
We're just a bunch of drawn fools.
Hey, you got to get stuff done, right? And
that's right.
That's one way to encourage people to get out here, get seen, and get some work done at the same time, right?
That's right. Technically, I'm not working right now, right? I should be drawing, but here I am.
But now you drew so much of your comic.
Yes.
On the draw stream that we had to admonish you and tell you to stop showing us pages of your book.
I did. I showed you almost an entire chapter. Yeah.
It was like, dude, you don't have to do it. You don't have to show everybody every week. You don't have to. But yeah, you say hi to people in the chat. Of course, our guest is over there. Homer, he's over there. Buzz Edwin, what's happening? Haven't seen you in a bit. Need to get that guy back out on the show too. You know. We got Ghost Pepper over there watching on Pilled.
Hey, Ghost Pepper.
See you. Lurkers. Got lurkers on Rumble. Nobody saying anything. Lurkers on Twitter. Nobody saying anything.
Dan Bongino. Please give us a cool section on Rumble that's, I don't know, art, comic book related. It's hard to get any kind of traction over there, Dan.
That would be cool if we could get Dan to do a show on the network. Dan, do something different. Just for a half hour a week. Do something different.
Yeah.
It would be funny. But yeah, you know how we do it. It's 5 o'clock. It's Monday. It's time for a little madness. You want to introduce our most esteemed guest, my friend?
I sure will. This is a real good guy. He's been showing up on the draw streams a lot, putting in all the hard work, doing a ton of fan art. This is Mr. Omer Glitch.
Omer Glitch.
Hello.
What is happening? First, I got to ask, because everybody's going to want to know, how do you come up with a name like Omer Glitch?
Well, my first name is Omer, which is actually pronounced Omer, right? Because it's a Spanish name. Or maybe even like a Hebrew name, because an Omer is a unit of measurement for a bushel of wheat, I believe. And Glitch, that's the name of my comic character, which I've been working on a comic book for him for years, and a buddy of mine actually made me a toy of him. And this is Glitch.
Awesome.
It's Glitch.
It's kind of like a hired gun assassin, government assassin turned superhero, because he doesn't want to be a hired gun.
Proficient with both projectile and close contact weapons.
A little bit of a knockoff of Snake Eyes and kind of Die Hard from Youngblood. A little Deadpoolish, that type of initial character.
An amalgamation of a lot of cool characters.
Yeah.
Well, since he's showing art, I'm just going to make him a big screen art. We'll be over here talking from over here.
Okay.
What kind of madness do we get into on a Monday?
Well, for the most part, we pick your brain about what you do, why you do it, and hopefully encourage people to check you out.
Mm-hmm. We're here to promote you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sounds great. So what kind of questions we got?
Oh, we were just gonna hope that you had all the answers and we didn't have to ask any questions.
So, Omer, I know you're a little bit closer to my age. I'm not going to out you at all, but
I'm in my mid-40s, yeah.
what would be your favorite era of comic books?
It's got to
80s,
be the
90s?
90s. Yeah, 90s to 2000s. Although I have been enjoying some older stuff, of course, everybody loves Byrne. I'm a big, huge Barry Windsor-Smith fan, so I've been going back and getting. I have a bunch of single stuff from him, but I recently got like the omnibus for Conan, and then
Nice. I would like to recommend Barry Windsor Smith's Storyteller.
yeah, I've got those. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I've got all of those. So I've got all
Nice.
his single issues of the Storytellers, and then what's the big volumes that he made, the studio or something like that. I can't remember
Oh
off the
boy.
top of my head.
Mm.
Yeah, where
Yeah,
he's got all that Renaissance stuff that he was doing.
right.
And I just got this in the mail, and I think I have it already, but I just got this one in the mail, the Red Nails.
Oh, very
I'm pretty
nice.
sure I have it, but I couldn't find it, so I was like, oh, let me pick up another one just to make sure I do have it.
Just in case. Come on.
Just in case.
Never
I
hurts
mean,
to have an extra just in case.
yeah.
And it's always a happy coincidence when the new one you pick up is better than the old one you had.
Yeah. This one's pretty good condition. I think the other one I had was a little rougher, but yeah.
So have you pretty much drawn your entire life? Are you a doodler?
Yeah, so when I was a kid, I didn't learn how to read until I was in let's see, third grade. I started learning how to read because in pre-K and first grade, what happened was my parents sent me and my sister to a private school, and they had a type of learning called Montessori learning, and
Okay.
that's like whatever the kids want to kind of learn is kind of how they approach their teaching. And I never went to the reading section. I always stuck to the maps and the pictures and math and
Gotcha.
history, dinosaurs, I guess. So they never taught me how to read. And then in third grade, we had to go to public school because we moved from one city to another. And at that point, during reading hour in third grade, I would have to go back to first grade to learn how to read. So that was a big bunch of bullshit.
You and I followed the same path, not the private school, but it was probably third grade, and I was sent to the special reading room is what we had. So, yeah.
So the name Glitch in the story, as far it didn't happen to me in real life, but in the story of Glitch, he gets the name Glitch because when he was a kid, he didn't know how to read, and they would call him Glitchy Boy and kind of make fun of him and call him he's a glitch, things like that. So when he gets taken over or captured by a secret government organization, they wipe his memory and they make him a hired gun, right, or an assassin weapon, right? But he starts having these memory flashbacks, and he remembers being picked on or bullied as a kid for not knowing how to read, and he takes the moniker Glitch as a form of taking a situation that was bad and embracing it and turning it into something good as his superhero name.
Very cool.
So that's how we get Omer Glitch, right? So
So how important were comic books to your reading development?
So my parents started buying me comic books. I want to say it was my mom, and we were at like a local. It was either the grocery store or the gas station. We used to have a place called Easy Mart, which they had a spinner rack there, and I think the very first comic I bought was an Archie's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Captain America.
Very cool. Very cool.
And it all started with go ahead.
How old do you think you were?
Let's see, I was third grade at that point. I think I might have been like between 7 and 9, somewhere around there.
Yeah,
and it was a little bit after third grade. It was probably like a year or two maybe 4th or 5th grade.
Right.
And so my mom bought me these comics because I really like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and that's the cartoon had come out. And what I would do is I would record the episodes onto VHS, and I would pause the screen and take lines of school rule paper and tape it to the television and trace them out.
That's awesome, man. Yeah.
My mom thought it was really weird and kind of neat because she was like, "How are you recording this? How do you know how to do all this?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I just do it."
Right.
I asked my dad, "How do you record?" He goes, "Yeah, you push this button, make sure it's a blank tape so you don't record over any of our movies or whatever. And when the TV's on, make sure the plugs in the back are this way so that it's coming into the VCR and recording." And I guess I remembered it, and
right.
Yeah, it was kind of neat. So I had a bunch of the episodes recorded, and then they came out on VHS, and you can actually buy them. They were really expensive, like $20 to $30, and back in the mid '80s.
Yeah,
that was a lot of money, and
that was a lot of money.
Yeah, mom and dad were just like, "Man, we buy you all this crap. You guys have video games and all this stuff." And
can we buy enough already?
Yeah, but we used to own a convenience store, so my mom she always had a lot of money around her for the most part. She always had $200-300 because of the convenience store we owned in our local little neighborhood, which was really a barrio. It's a barrio. It was the ghetto, right? There was a little country store,
right?
So yeah, and then we got into like Nintendo games, my brother and I, and we would we had like maybe 30 Nintendo games, and at some point I was like, the kids in the neighborhood, they finally started getting a Nintendo, and this was like 2 or 3 years after the Nintendo came out, and they would always try to ask me to borrow games. So what I did was I set up shop inside the convenience store, and I put my games out there, and I started renting them for like $3 a day.
Nice.
So I had a little bit of money coming in, and
Very
to
cool.
buy new games and buy comics and stuff.
That's awesome, man. Yeah.
And I didn't know comic book shops existed till way later, like when I was in high school. And one of my buddies that I met in high school, I showed him that I like comics, and he liked comics, and we started talking. And he's like, "Have you ever been to the comic book store?" I'm like, "What? A comic book store? What are you talking about?"
It's a whole store.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, I can say the first one I went to was Atomic Comics in Phoenix, and I was in my 20s. So when I was a kid, they didn't have comic stores, man. They had spinner racks at Walgreens and the supermarket, and all the drugstores and supermarkets had spinner racks. The head shops had racks of the underground comics, the Freak Brothers, Feds and Heads, all that stuff. You got those at the head shop, right? That's the only place you saw there.
Really nice racks.
Say that again, man.
I said, "Hey, Pops, who else has really nice racks?"
Oh,
I know a lot of people with nice racks.
Yeah. Terrible. The comic shops have the best racks, though.
Right.
Not necessarily, but they're nice.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
Not necessarily the best racks. Not necessarily the best racks, but they're nice. They're very nice.
I want to say the first time I was in a comic shop, I was maybe like 13 or 14, and my dad was real cool. My parents were really cool about comics and collecting and stuff like that, because my dad was a big sports card collector, and he even dabbled into comic books a little bit, but his favorite comic book character was Doctor Strange and the Fantastic Four. And he actually used to have some, but he came from a big family of like 6 boys, and he was the oldest, so all his stuff got handed down. And of course, by the time the comic books being collected or kept, they were totally trashed and gone by the time he was like, "I want them." Usually everything got passed down because he just didn't care that much.
Yeah, my first stack of comic books were the same way. I'm the youngest of 6. They showed up pretty ratty, or pretty loved, I should say.
Yeah.
And my oldest brother was a huge war nut. So it was all DC comic books with Joe Kubert on art, being Sergeant Rock, Unknown Soldier, Enemy Ace, all that great stuff.
That's awesome, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So so your family was pretty supportive of your artwork then?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right.
I was gonna say I bought some comics that were right out of the rack that were in ratty condition because they had been jammed into the back of the slot, and 15 other books have been stuck in front of them, and they're all crushed in the back. But that's the one you needed to read the story, right?
Yeah.
I bought more than one destroyed comic out of a comic rack. I say they didn't take a lot of care when they put next month's in over top of last month's. They just jammed them in there. You know what I mean? It's like,
well,
you could tell if the grocery kid, the stock kid at the grocery store cared about comics or not.
Yes.
By the way the spinner rack looked.
Circle K, my local Circle K, which was on my route for collecting comic books on the way to school and from school, was that way. They didn't give two creds. They always had a nice selection, though.
Yeah. See, and you could tell if the kid who stocked those shelves cared about that stuff or not. Because if the kid cared about them, then they were all in order. Everything looked good, right? You had Hulk 15, and if there was some, the new 16s would be in front of it. But if there was some 15s left, they'd still be where you could see them in the rack, and they wouldn't get jammed in the back. You know what I mean? It's like, then you had the people that didn't care, and they just came along and jammed a bunch of comics in the spinner rack.
Nice. Okay. So there's your comic. Now we've gone through high school. We've gone through the your comic book shop, your supportive parents, and your art. How soon did you start going to the conventions?
Oh man, the conventions. That was really awesome. So discovered comic book shops, and I think the first convention I went to, I was either 14 or 15, and it was my sophomore or junior year of high school. And my dad took me, well, the whole family, right? Because everybody was cool about it. Like everybody liked it, whatever. And my sister was dragged along because we would be dragged along to her like music concerts because she really liked like Vanilla Ice and In Vogue and TLC.
You've been to a Vanilla Ice concert?
Yes, multiple times, at least twice. So,
all right.
He was cool. He was cool. I liked him for a little bit,
Yeah. Hey, cred right there, man.
So we would go to those concerts because of her, and then we would go to comic book conventions because of me and my little brother. And the first convention we went to was in Houston, meeting Todd McFarlane. So I have a bunch of Todd autographs. Issues 1 through 8 of Spawn, I think, had come out by then, or issues 1 through 4. I think it was the black cover with Violator on it.
Right.
And so I have like 3 sets of those autographed, or at least 2 sets, and then a bunch of Amazing Spider-Man and his whole Spider-Man run, like, autographed.
Yeah. It's Todd went to college here in Spokane. So my second convention ever was when they brought Todd back in when he was working on Amazing Spider-Man. And it was back when they did stuff for free. You get autographs on stuff.
Man.
Yeah.
I think the convention, it was at the Marriott Hotel in Houston. I think it was 1992, 94 maybe. And it was $15 to get in, $1 for kids under 12, I think. And it was Todd McFarlane was there, Matt Michaels, Larry Stroman.
Nice.
And a bunch of other guys too. I got tons of autographs. Joe Sinton was there, I think. I got his autograph. Dwayne Turner. I have a bunch of stuff autographed by him. He was at that convention, and nobody knew who he really was. I think he had just done Cage and something else.
Sovereign 7.
Yes.
Go ahead. DC Comics Sovereign 7, and there was the Sovereign 7, Luke Cage, Sovereign 7, and then he went to Dark Age Spawn. It was that's where I remember Turner, those 3 books.
Yeah, I think the one issue of the Dark Age Spawn had come out, so that's why he was there with Todd.
Yeah, he was one of those guys I was keeping track of. I was watching him rise up the ranks, so to speak.
Yeah, Matt was there because he was working on Brigade, and I guess Todd brought him along.
Nice.
Yeah, but I've met Todd McFarlane I think 3 times since then.
Very cool.
So, yeah, it was
Very
fun.
cool. So you got the itch to go to Comic Cons. How soon did you get a table at a Comic Con after that?
Let's see. What was
20s,
the
30s?
like age wise, how old
Yeah.
was I?
Yeah, because you're working on your artwork, and you're kind of working your way up through things and networking and all sorts of stuff, and eventually you're going to find yourself wanting to go to a convention, sit down and sell a product.
Right. Oh, I'm trying to think how because I know I did it when I was in my 30s. I've been to so many local cons, like tons of them, right?
Right.
I would say I at least over 10 to 20 locally, and then the biggest con I went to was called Texas Comic Con in Austin, Texas, and RT Bear was there.
Nice.
Simon Bisley was there. Will Sportatio was there. There was tons of big names, but something happened, and that was the beginning of kind of cancel culture stuff that was going on. And something happened with the promoter of that con, and like nobody showed up. It was dead. The con was dead, and so many people were pissed off. And Simon Bisley was really mad. He was drunk the whole time because he was so freaking pissed that there was nobody there, and he was making no money, and he was charging $5 an autograph. And I took a huge stack because I knew Simon Bisley was there, and I was like, "Oh man, this is gonna be awesome! I'm gonna get all this Simon Bisley stuff autographed." And I show up with it, and he just looks like a guy who's got money signs in his eyes. Right? He's like 5 beers in, and I'm just like, and he's like, "Oh, that's gonna be $5 an autograph or whatever," with his British accent, right? And I was like, $5 an autograph? Okay, well let me come back and think about it. And he's all pissed off, and he's like, "Oh, he's not coming back. I'm charging too much." I was like, "Well, would you charge less? How much for all of these?" He's like, "I'll do all of them for $3 each or something like that." And I was like, "Well, I'll come back. Let me think about it." Because I didn't make any money at my table, and I was going to use that to, I guess, think about maybe getting some autographs. But I was like, nah. I was like, the hell with it. I really like Simon Bisley, but he's drunk, whatever, right? I get it. He's trying to make some dough and sell some art and all this. And I was like, let me go see what's up with Will Sportatio and RT Baird. I go to RT Baird, and he signs all my stuff, right? I get a bunch of books signed by him. He's nice and friendly. And then I go over to Will's, and I had a big, nice stack with him, and he's like, he signs all my stuff. He didn't care at all. And Will's was really awesome. And I was like, you know what? Will's was like the awesomest, nicest, friendly guy. Let me buy 2 posters from him. So I dropped $40 and I bought 2 awesome Will Sportatio posters, prints. He signed them or whatever. And when I was with he was like, oh, he's just gonna resell them on eBay. And I'm just like, dude, why do these people always assume that? Like, this is my personal comic collection. If it's gonna go up on eBay, I'm like totally destitute. You know what I mean? I don't have any money. Right. And that's gonna be something that is not likely to ever happen with my comic collection. I mean, they're for me. I'm not like, just because somebody brings you a big old stack of comics to sign, it's none of your business. Who cares? Like, right. And Simon Bisley was saying the same bullshit, and it's just kind of like, come on, guys. Like, these are, assume they're fans first, and these flippers. I mean, maybe because you've met a lot of them and they talk to you, and you got a bunch of weirdo friends or people that are like business people that, hey, sign this stuff for me so I can sell it on eBay. Right. Don't assume all the people that walk up to you are that way, man. That's
I found a neat way to do things, a neat way to interact with them is I was always explaining, like, okay, I'm an artist. I do inking. I buy artwork based on technique. So then I'm just telling them I just want to see something different on the page. And then I always offered, hey, if you personalize this to Levi, what kind of then they kind of know. It's like, okay, he's using it as a teaching tool. There's obviously not a whole lot of fucking Levi's around.
Right.
So
yeah. I guess I'm always a little starstruck, right, at the beginning, and I don't know what to say to them. I just like don't say anything. I just want to say hi, get my book signed, and get the hell out of the way, because they just seem so busy, right? Like, especially big guys like Will's and T-Bear. But there was nobody there. The biggest crowd was on Will's, and there was maybe like 10 people around him. Like, it was a really fun convention to attend because there was no one there, but it was a really bad convention to be there
I started a family
as a
tradition.
tabler.
I started a family tradition with the way I get books signed. You see, they all get signed to Pops. That means my son's going to have to adopt the nickname Pops when he gets older, and then his kids are going to have to adapt to, they're going to have to take on the nickname Pops when they get older, so that they can say, "Look what I got! Look."
Maybe Levi. One of the reasons I never asked for a personal autograph is because I don't want to have to explain how to spell my name and then them fuck it up and put an A instead of an E, and that happens all the time to me.
Oh my goodness, you put me on the spot here. He did Captain America. He's got a real swooshy style to him. He did Dracula, Pops, the artist. Got a real nice pencily style to him.
Magnola?
No, this old school 60s, 70s Dracula, Captain America.
I'm not that guy.
Oh man, dude, I even got his Masterworks book.
You guys are the artists.
Bernie Wrightson?
No, but it's right there in that wheelhouse.
Vigil?
No, he did Tomb of Dracula for Marvel Comics. Anyway, when I went up and got his autograph, I'm like, "Could you personalize it to Levi?" And he put a Y on there, and I go, "Oh man, that's Levi with an I." And he just went.
Levy. What's up, Levy? How you doing?
He went to the Y and just put a dot on top of it.
Oh man,
what can you do?
That's something I definitely avoid because of that. Yeah. Is it Gene Colan?
That's Englehart? It right there, Gene Colan. Yeah,
yeah, I have his autograph too. He's a super nice guy.
Yeah, it was San Diego 05.
Back then, I just collected comics because I liked the stories. I paid zero attention to who wrote it, who drew it. I didn't care. If it was good, then I was buying the next one. That's all I cared about. And that's what I try to tell people even today. Look, I can come out here and I can promote your first book and get as many people looking at it as I possibly can, and even maybe sell some. But if it sucks, not much I can do for book 2. I'm just saying.
I really honed in on the creators when I discovered Bob Layton. Right, I was reading an issue of Iron Man, and I'm like, why does Iron Man look different this issue than last issue? And I'm like, same writer, same penciler guy, whoever the pen, and what's this inker guy do? And then I went, wait a minute, Bob Layton is the guy controlling the look of this book.
Yeah,
it's actually Bob Layton's art that I like. So
yeah, Bob Layton's good. I really liked him inking Barry Windsor Smith on not Exoman, Solar Man of the Atom for Valiant.
Yep.
That was awesome.
And I can tell you the one book that art finally got my attention, because like I said, I was a story guy, right? And especially the Asgardian stories. Okay, I'm a big Thor fan, right? So when we got to Ragnarok, right? Is it issue 380 where it's one full splash page after another of Walt Simonson art, and it's just Thor and the serpent fighting, and that's all it is. There ain't no dialogue. There ain't no.
I don't think I've actually seen that. I do like Simonson.
That
was the first book that got my attention, and the artist got my attention because I was just like, "Holy fuck!" He just told that whole story without no words.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to come along with those Simonson Thor issues and gather them up all at one auction.
Really?
When I got introduced to that entire run, I was able to just fucking sit down and just read the entire Walt Simonson Thor run.
I got a very large chunk of Thor. I don't have all of Thor, but I have a large chunk of Thor.
And it's all Simonson, probably.
Well, I mean, even others. I mean, anything I can get. If I don't have it, I'm trying to grab it and add it to the. I'd love to have them all. I never will, but I'd love to have them all.
So Omer, so you're at a convention now, and you've got your own table, you're selling some goods, you're working your little circuit and stuff like that, and you're at it. Doesn't matter what the convention is, but you've made a little bit of money. You got a little bit of money in your pocket. Like you're saying, I got to make some money in order to go spend some money. What's the coolest thing you got at a convention after making some money?
The coolest thing at a convention.
Where's that one where you're like, oh man, if I make $50, I'm going to that dude's table and I'm getting that right there.
Well, okay. So as far as so whenever I did conventions, I had a really good job. I mean, I was teaching, I was working. Life was going really well. Married, had new cars, bought a new house, all that kind of stuff. So
Right.
like, I really wasn't wanting for anything other than going to conventions and kind of networking, meeting people, making friends. And I didn't care how much money I made because I would just go home and give it to my ex-wife at the
Right.
time, and it didn't matter. So, and there was I had a decent comic book collection, and I was trying to keep it under control because I didn't want to hear her bitch about more freaking comics in the house. And
Right.
so I tamed all that. And also during college, I rarely bought any comic books because I was really focused at at my university studies and all that. But in 2015, I went to San Diego Comic-Con, and one of the coolest things I picked up there, as far as being like a convention goer, comic collector, was meeting Travis Charest and buying his sketchbook and getting his autograph and just chatting with him for a little bit. That was really cool. And I got a commission from Todd Knock, and he was a really nice guy. And so yeah, San Diego was really cool. 2015.
What'd you get from Todd Knock?
I got a Invincible head sketch.
Nice.
I asked him if he would draw a glitch for me, but he said no, no independent, no personal. It had to be, because I mean, he didn't know what it'd be used for, right? Obviously, and it's a different rate, so it made sense, right? So and I have a video of that somewhere, and I've been meaning to post it onto my channel of him drawing the Invincible.
Yeah, I got a Robin from him, and it was opening night San Diego, which was a Wednesday night, and from like whatever it is, 4 PM until it's a 6-hour window, and I just happened to pass by his table. I'm like, oh hey, Todd Knox, Young Titans or whatever the heck he was on, and $15 for not a head sketch, but the bust.
Yeah.
He's like, so what do you want? I'm like, I'll make it easy on you. Whatever you like to draw.
Yeah.
He's I'm working on blankety blank right now. So
yeah, he's a super nice guy, and he's a fellow Texan. So had to throw him some props. I think my head sketch was like $30, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, he had decent prices, at least then. And I like his style. It's fun. It's not overly like serious. It's just kind of fun.
A fun style.
Yeah. It's like a little cartoony, but still has a little bit of a Jim Lee, Rob Liefeld kind of feel. But
a little Brett Booth, Art Adams, all in the kind of little
J. Scott Campbell,
kind
of mixed into one guy.
So
go ahead.
What are your plans? What do you got to do? What are you trying to do right now?
I'm trying to get back into a rhythm of making art every day. I have so much freaking art. Like I don't know if it's good like anymore. I think it's pretty good, right? I think I'm a pretty good artist.
It's good. But, you're a good artist, man.
And I've done like paintings, and I've done big paintings, little paintings. I've done big murals, and I've made a bunch of art.
Right.
And now I'm trying to get rid of it. So I'm trying to get rid of some of this stuff, pretty inexpensively, right? Good rates, good prices. And
right.
I want to just use that to fund and help make my own comic. And I really want to move to just becoming as independent as possible. I'm tired of working for other people, even if it's for the state or, for the community. I want to do my own thing, be my own boss, control my own fate.
Right.
Learn more how to finance myself to independence, I guess.
Right. It's a great plan.
Yeah, it was rough after being, getting divorced. Just kind of, it always messes up everybody financially. So it's been rough since then. So
kills your credit score, takes half your stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a really nice house, man. I had a really great office studio. And I just saw one day, just because someone decides they don't want to be be in the same space, I guess. I don't understand it. I never understood it. So, like, I'm not a mind reader, you know. And women, I don't know what.
Sorry,
You know how
sorry that happened, man.
It happens. Yeah, it's just the way life is, I guess. It's because I'm a big jerk.
I think you've got a standout style. Okay. Something that when people look at it, when they get to know you a little bit and they see it, they're going to go, "Oh, that's Homer." You see what I'm saying? Just like
Right.
Zappo style, Doc style, Dillard style. You can see these guys, Jim O'Reilly. As soon as you see their art, you know it's their art.
6 a.m.
Yeah, you know, you
cool.
definitely have a standout style, and once people get to know you, they're going to be able to say, "Oh, that's Bisley." I mean, Homer Glitch.
I appreciate that. I, you know, to me, like, style just evolves out of your own. Thank you, Woodham. Appreciate it. It evolves out of making a bunch of stuff. You know, you just have to make, and you're obviously influenced by whoever you like. You know, Stephen Platt, Jim Lee, and then, like, as far as those are just comic book guys. There's stuff that I love, like fine art wise. You know, Gustav Klimt, Egon Schiele. You've got Mucha. You've got, you know, Leonardo da Vinci and the Ninja Turtles over there, and you know, you've got like what is it, romanticism painters. You know,
It's funny.
So much
Jack
stuff.
Kirby used to do romantic comics.
Yeah. I see. You know, Marcus Killigrove. He's always posting romance comics covers every day.
Okay.
So.
I was going to say it was either that or Kevin Wolf, I think, is the other account that posts a lot of covers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always nice to see those show up in the timeline because I always go, "Ooh, who is it? You know, is it Ramita?" Yeah. Oh, you're like, "Oh, Jack Kirby was such a great fine artist." You know?
Yeah, he's so good. Like those romance covers, they're hard to tell for me personally because they don't look like the Kirby stuff that I'm used to seeing. They look more generic and more, you know, on model to everybody else. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, he doesn't have the square fingers. Like, you don't see the block fingers coming at you in those. Yeah, those exactly. Right. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm a huge amalgamation of the 90s kids, you know, Rob, McFarlane, Jim Lee, Brett, David Finch, you know. If I could just copy those guys, I would entirely just totally be them.
Right. What do you think would have been harder back in the day, everybody meeting one style requirement, or today's standard of like, you got to be unique?
Well, that's just it. If you want to work for one of the big guys, you have to have a house standard. You're not even allowed to be unique. If you want to set your style and make your mark on comics, you got to do it independently and do your thing.
Yeah, I agree with that, Pops. Yeah, I think it would be easier to get a job, like a basic drawing job, if there was a standard of a house style, kind of like an animation, you know, but and it doesn't pay well. Like, it wouldn't pay well at all. Like, it'd be an hourly job kind of thing, you know.
Right. Homer, you are more than welcome to hang out with us while we go after our next guest.
Cool. I'll stick around. Sure.
This one could get spicy because of a Seahawks Cardinals thing, and
I don't know how spicy.
I might have to hide in the background. I'm just saying, but I think it's gonna be, you know, it might be a little bit more college related because of our Devils, baby. What's up, Tim? Yeah.
This supersedes the Cardinals losing.
It does, man. My Cougs they're tanking at the end of the year.
Hey, man, we were predicted to be 16th in the division, and look at us.
That fucking division is huge, man. 16 fucking teams. Like, how can you compete? And they just come in and just smashed them. Fuck yeah, man.
Especially after last year.
Told you we were going to dog walk Iowa State.
Yeah.
Now bring on Clemson or Texas. I'm ready.
Damn, Texas.
Yeah, neither one of those teams even scare me.
Ewers doesn't scare you? No.
Texas is really good. Clemson, I think we would kill. Texas is really good.
Yeah. Texas might be really good, but I don't think anybody can stop the Bull
Scatterboo, man, what a
I don't think
beast.
anybody can stop that dude, man. He just carries people 20 yards, 3-4 guys
He's
off.
like a
and he just
bowling
keeps
ball. I
running.
love it. The way he just bounces off contact and takes off is amazing.
Yeah.
Old school. It reminds me of like Mike Allstott, one of those big tough guys.
Yeah. Omer,
One cut.
Brad has a
Mutters.
question for you over here, brother.
So what are you up to today, gentlemen? What are you talking about?
Well,
Oh,
we're
awesome,
talking
Brad.
about-
Thank you.
Yeah, he just wants to know if you're going to do any more, Omer.
The opossum. Yeah, my buddy Aaron created that comic, and I did the covers, a little bit of interior work on issue 1, and then I did the cover for issue 2, and a little bit of inking on issue 2. He does have issue 3 in the can. I think he's just getting it lettered, but that issue 3 is like 10 years in the making, 11 years in the making now. But yeah, he's working on it. He's hoping to get it out by I think next year at the latest. And he's already started on issue 4. So yeah, there's more to come. I think he's planning for 6 issues for that comic.
Cool.
And
Cool.
Yeah.
There you go, Brad. Now you know. And we'll keep you informed because Omer will be telling us,
Omer, what's the best place to contact you, man? Do you prefer Twitter, Instagram, Facebook?
Oh, Tim.
Yeah, Twitter's been pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
Either one, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Instagram's good too, but I prefer Twitter actually. Everybody's on there. So
And your schedule? Like you're able to take on commissions and stuff like that?
yeah, I'm open if anybody's interested.
Cool.
He's back.
He's
Ready for some more
Oh,
football
look at
trash
the
talk.
comments. I went backwards.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I don't know
Tim,
anything about football, so I'm gonna steal your all's lingo and pretend like I know things with,
Well,
with,
we're gonna
with
be
all my other
talking
cool
about-
friends.
we're going to be talking about more than just football because Ivory here is a new showrunner on the network. He is running the ID show opposite Killer Karen every other Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern.
It was
with
good.
his partner Demi. What's
Demi,
up? Tell us a little bit about how you ended up hip hop, dude.
For me, well, because I grew up in Oakland, in the Bay Area, and there were 3 white kids in my school. There was me, my brother, and a kid named Jimmy Rainwater. And the only reason I remember his name is because there was only 3 of us. So at lunchtime, everybody liked to beat on the tables and freestyle and make fun of the 3 white kids. And I was like, you know what? I want to do this too. And as soon as I did, I all of a sudden had friends, and it was cool.
There you go. Now you've known Demi for a couple decades.
Yep, since he was 13.
Yeah, let me out your age, bro.
And he just turned 35, so that's how long.
and you guys, you've done music together,
Yes.
and it's evolved. And
Yeah, quite a bit.
yeah,
Because I think when you first start to try to find a lane and find like the authentic version of yourself as an artist, you kind of stick to one thing that feels comfortable and you're afraid to like expand. But once you grow up a little bit, then you find yourself really wanting to make music that means something to you. Because I'm from that generation where music should come from your soul, not come from what's popular to someone else. And other people should resonate with that feeling when they hear your music, no matter what genre of music it is.
yeah.
Totally agree.
And it's there it is too, because like me, I'm a metal dude, always have been. There's like 2-3 artists in hip hop that I listen to, period. It's like there's not many, right, that actually hit a playlist. Okay, but Tim has some really good stuff, man, and I've been listening to it for a while. Edwin. Got to get that guy back out on the show. Got to. That man right there, he's the one that created the Madness logo. This whole thing, right? He's the one that created that like 5 years ago. And every time I ask him to do some kind of an alteration, he just hooks me right up with something new every time. He's a good dude. Great Wolf is in the chat. We're talking to Ivory 602, the new host of the ID show on Friday nights. So I've been after him for a long time, guys. Come on, man, Tim, you got to do a show on the network. For a long time, I've been after him. So he finally agreed. Now I'm going to ask him, what are you going to bring? What are you going to bring to the network?
We're going to bring super funny, realistic, authentic conversation about things that are just going on in the world that involve sports, music, culture, and how they help us just identify with who we are, the people we associate with, the friends that we make through music, through being fans of a team like the Seahawks. I'm sure there aren't many friends, but
oh man, come on. There's 3 of us. No way, I'm sorry, there's 12. There's 12 of us.
You guys probably don't get invited to Thanksgiving, and that's okay.
We don't.
Do it together.
Oh man, here we go. It's gonna get hard.
It's funny. So one of my best friends, Tommy, he's a Seahawks fan, and so 3 weeks ago when we played you guys, I was trying to make a joke about I ordered hot wings because we were cooking bird when he came over, and he was like, "We're both birds." I was like, "Oh,
dang." Yeah.
Well, then you can't lose, right?
I blame it on the weed."
Yeah.
The thought was fantastic.
They both taste like chicken.
That blame it on the weed thing. You know how often somebody will post something online and they'll be like, "Yeah, them fucking pot smokers, man," or "You must be really high to do that." And I'll be like, "Man, don't blame the weed for that dumb shit."
I seen one today that basically said every time you get high, you're allowing the devil into your soul.
Bring him.
So
don't blame the weed for that. You see what I'm saying? Here we go again. Don't blame the weed.
Don't blame the weed. I totally disagree.
You show me some good music, I'll show you an artist on weed when they wrote it.
There you go. Right there. Yep, right there.
And that's almost
in the 60s and 70s, the music was wild because they were on shit besides weed.
Dude, look, no, even the country, even you had Waylon and Willie and all them guys were all smoking weed too. It was like,
yep.
They just didn't broadcast it back in the day. You know?
So you know what's crazy to me about Willie Nelson is that I have a lot of friends that I played ball with in school, ate healthy and clean their whole life, work out 7 times a week, died when they were 44. And then there's Willie Nelson and Snoop Dogg, and you're just like,
yeah. And that other guy from the Stones, like, we don't even talk about that one.
But Willie Nelson's been 106 for like 15 years now.
Yeah. I even get accused of being 106. I do. Killer Karen says I'm 106 all the time.
So you got a few years to go.
I've seen Willie Nelson play a bunch of times in concert, and it always smells fantastic out there.
Oh, I bet.
Oh. Speaking of that, Omer.
Yeah.
How many times you been to a Vanilla Ice concert?
At least twice for sure.
Twice.
Maybe 3 times in my life.
Right?
Ice Baby.
Ice Baby. What
I don't care what anybody says now. When that song came out, it was freaking awesome.
It was.
Yeah.
I liked the Turtle song. I liked the song he did in the Turtles movie.
Right.
Go, white boy, go, white boy, go.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Go Turtle, go Turtle.
Yeah.
I saw him with his metal band. I forget what they were called, but that was an interesting show.
Oh.
Yeah. So you met D. You told us a story about how you met D on your show last week. If y'all missed that, you should go watch the debut episode of the ID show. What are you gonna do this week, Tim?
I'm just gonna beat him up on camera.
I'm never gonna get used to calling you Ivory, bro. I just never have. It's gonna be hard. I'll try.
Ivory.
Yeah, I've only known you forever, but it's just never. It's like you calling me Pops, right? It's
right.
New, right?
So yeah, we have a few ideas that we're cooking up. We're gonna do a couple of pre-recorded skits in one down in Tempe on Mill Ave because ASU, the whole little area is just kind of going crazy right now after the win. Yeah. So we're going to do a little bit of live interviewing and talk to some people down there around campus about the upcoming game. We're going to talk about the holidays and how, fun it is to have football and basketball on Thanksgiving and Christmas and how that's what starts, the family rivalries and fights that end by 6. And
yeah, brings everybody together.
Yeah. Till the wine kicks in with grandma.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what. I was sitting here the other night watching that Green Bay and Detroit game, and I'm like, Green Bay has a chance to knock these guys down. They're ahead in the fourth quarter, and then they just like forgot how to play. Forgot how to call a play. Forgot how to do everything involved in football whatsoever for the last 7 minutes of the game. And it's like, I just watched you guys play football for 43 minutes or 53 minutes, and now you're gonna like lay down and act like you forgot how. I couldn't believe it.
Still whoop their ass.
No, Detroit won. Detroit beat Green Bay.
The only thing that matters is the boys.
I was thinking Minnesota.
So what do you think of Sam Darnold?
I was thinking Minnesota. That's what I was thinking. Sorry, man.
Sam gives me those.
Do you want to keep Sam or do you want to go with JJ next year?
No, he gives me those early Brad Johnson vibes. And I'm afraid if we get rid of him, he's going to go somewhere else and get a ring.
That's what.
You see what I'm saying? I think we might need to hold on to this guy because, man, it's like he shows flashes of brilliance.
Yeah, he's been balling.
Yeah,
wasn't there just good news about McCarthy this week as well? Didn't they just come out and say like McCarthy's going to have a full recovery from his injury? Or
he should be good for next year. But I don't think we're building. Look, we got to let Sam play. We're going to screw around and trade him off, and he's going to go somewhere else and get a ring. No,
I think if they make a deep playoff run, they'll have to keep him. If they go out in the first round, they'll probably move on.
3 years. Sign him to 3 years, and then let the McCarthy kid, and then sign him for 3 years next year, and then the following year allow those two to compete, and then whatever the contract says, who wins the thing. But what was it? 5 touchdowns yesterday?
Dude, he was on fire. That's what I mean. And
dude, talk about touchdowns. What about Josh Allen?
Dude, yeah, that was another one that was crazy.
Good Lord.
Can you please beat the Rams?
I watched twice that Sam.
That game was crazy. They were both gunslinging.
I watched Sam throw that ball to a place where the receiver went to it and dudes defending him flat fell down because they couldn't even change direction to cover dude. Twice I've seen that where a defender actually fell down because of where Sam threw the ball. It was like there was no way he could change and get back to the ball. No way. Not even by, he just fell down. It's like, I can't even stop and turn or anything. It was hilarious. And I've seen it twice. And I'm like, Sam, holy
funny
crap.
because I just picked up Addison this week because of an injury for a receiver, and he went crazy for me.
That's what I'm talking about. Sam threw the ball. Addison could get to it. Nobody else could. And it was
he had 3, right?
Right there, right?
Yeah, yep.
Dude, crazy.
Nice pickup.
Yeah, I was like, hey, I guess it was meant to be.
Yeah. What kind of points league are you in? Is it touchdowns only or?
No, it's a PPR league.
Okay. So you're at
points.
Least, 18 points for sure. How much was it?
I think he ended up with like 28.8 or something like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Dude, I used to play clear back in the fucking 90s and shit and the company was Stats Inc. They do they used to do all the Madden stats for EA Sports and shit.
Okay.
And you had to call in your fucking lineup to New York by Friday fucking night. You got your shit showed up in the mail Wednesday. You had to have your fucking free agent, like, I want my free agent on Friday night. Fuck, dude, they used to do shit on there was games, man, where it would be fucking 350 to 320 in points.
That's just nuts.
Everything out there, it was some crazy shit.
Like we got a chalkboard on the wall and we just write down our score.
Right.
That's crazy.
That's how it used to be. Remember the drafts before the internet? The drafts before people started incorporating their fantasy.
Oh yeah.
Had to mail it in. Had to fucking mail that shit in.
You get 8 people meeting at a place and everybody's arguing and yelling and screaming about who's getting who. And, I was going to get him next round. Is doing the draft in the same room is fucking so much fun.
Not ours, man. Back then, it was like you had to fucking mail that fucker in and they put it through like a dot matrix fucking machine or something and figured that shit out. It was, yeah.
That's crazy. As you can see, it's really cold out here in December in Arizona. It's freezing.
I'm in Texas. It's 85 degrees out here, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
Omer.
right now.
Yes. But
Yeah, it's probably like in the high 70s right now.
I can say that I went out to the mailbox earlier in a t-shirt and it was not chilly in Michigan right now. All the snow we had, gone.
It's flannel weather in Spokane.
Hoodie at the most right now, probably a hoodie maybe.
Levi, you're up in Canada.
Lower Canada, man. Lower Canada. They
What
call
does
us.
that mean? Anything past Texas, I don't know anything about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I can throw a rock and hit Canada and throw a rock and hit Idaho.
Oh man,
Man, you don't ever want to have to drive through Texas. It's the longest, most boring drive in history.
takes forever.
And anything from Arizona to or past Texas, from Arizona to Texas is horrible.
Yeah, once you get out of Flagstaff, it's over.
Yeah, it's just the same thing for days.
Imagine what those fuckers thought in the covered wagons. Like how crazy you would have. Like, yeah, we're gonna fucking do this shit.
I think that all the time when I'm driving places. I'm looking around like people really did this shit on horse and buggy.
Yeah.
It's just some
Spot
fucking
an Indian
flowers.
for a freaking little beer baby.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being locked
beer
in the
baby?
stagecoach with somebody for 3 weeks to get somewhere?
Could you imagine dying from diarrhea?
Yeah.
No pun
Those were
intended,
tough
but
times, bro. Those
holy
are tough
shit.
times.
Wagons ho. got the engines up there on the hill with their arrows ready to put.
Hey, an arrow is a brutal way to go.
Hell yeah, it is.
You can't even pull it out. Like you're just stuck. Like, all right, just push it through. Sure.
Pull it through. Yeah. I like the tough guys that just break them off.
Yeah, hey. That's what we would all do, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just keep fighting.
Yeah.
Hey, so you're a stone's throw away from Canada. I'm a stone's throw away from Mexico down here.
Right.
We're like on total opposite ends, Levi.
We're both.
I'm like an hour away from Mexico. I can get in Mexico faster than I can get into anywhere else in the U.S.
We're actually making a solid geographical square because we have Levi up in the Northwest and I'm in Michigan and Omer straight south of me in Texas and
Yeah.
Ivory straight west of him in Arizona. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
we're giving you the Western United States.
Mhm.
Right.
Yep.
That's how it's supposed to be. Everything on the east side. And everything east of Mississippi's fucked up. Let's be honest.
Hey, now, Nashville's a lot of fun.
Hey, it's great to come hang out.
So a buddy of mine told me something, and after going to Nashville, it really resonates that Nashville is the white people's Atlanta.
Oh,
Okay.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense for sure.
As soon as he said it, I was like, oh my God, you're right. It is absolutely that.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah, it totally
Because
is
they
that.
party all night long.
Hmm.
All right.
And oh my goodness, the amount of girls, because I guess it's like the #1 destination for bachelorette and like girls getaway weekends.
Really?
The amount of women in groups that were everywhere. I'm gonna tell you this: on the night of the party, the night that we celebrated, I went to my room at like 9:00. I was like, "There's no way. I've already had a few drinks and everybody's getting too huggy. I'm just going to my room to chill. I'm getting out of here."
Too huggy. He's like Mike Tyson sitting on the couch with Diddy. He's like,
So just after a couple of hugs, it's just like, "Okay, you smell way too good. I'm out of here."
Mhm.
that's funny. You say Nashville is Atlanta.
Yeah, 100%, and it's way bigger than I thought.
That's funny because Garth Brooks is like P. Diddy the country.
Oh, I'm sure.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Yeah. It's funny.
That was my shit back in high school, man. Loved Garth Brooks.
How about
I
that?
did. Not
about that?
anymore, man. Fucking A.
Not anymore.
Much,
man.
much too young to feel this damn old was my theme song in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not anymore.
Yeah, the entertainment industry is an interesting place.
Yeah.
There's no corner of it that's not weird.
shoot! I just seen a video. Who's that black lady with the short hair that's been talking all that stuff about
Jaguar, right?
Yeah, she was talking about Mariah Carey, and I was like, "What?" Like, yeah, when Mariah Carey got her deal, it was this, and this. And you're like, "Damn, that girl can sing. Why would she have to do that?" You know.
There's a lot of people that can sing, Levi. A lot of people that can sing. There's
some nefarious characters out there, to put it lightly.
It's not called a casting couch for nothing, Levi.
Yeah.
Oh, the casting couch is like, that's kindergarten level. Yeah, it's deep. It's crazy.
It has to start somewhere, right? I mean,
exactly. Those are for the ones who are semi-willing to get a part just doing something they shouldn't have to do.
Yeah.
Right.
It gets way worse.
Yeah, when they're taping it and using it against you later and forcing you to do things you don't want to do.
Power and greed are crazy drugs.
Have you seen the Shirley Temple interview on Larry King?
I have. Yep.
Yeah, where she's like, yeah, we went to this other movie theater and my mom was in this room, I was in this room, and the same thing happened to both of them. You know, and she was like 12, 13.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yep. Everything that we grew up believing was wholesome, Disney, Nickelodeon, all of that stuff has just been.
You thought it was all wholesome, huh?
Right. And then you grew up and you rewatch the episodes, you're like, whoa.
Yeah, did they say that? Yeah. Well, like for me, the one that really got my attention was SpongeBob. Okay, because I
always knew SpongeBob was a freak. There was no secret there.
Well, I mean, I didn't have kids, right? I had one kid, right? And when my friend Mark was like, SpongeBob, man, there's a lot of innuendo in that cartoon, man, because you see my son watching it, right? And I was like, oh, really? So I started paying attention. And right from the beginning, you realize that Mr. Krabs lives in Bikini Bottoms. Now, think of that lliterally. Crabs are in the Bikini Bottom. Yeah, it's like right away.
I was like, okay, really clear. I didn't have to do anything with Pops in a casting couch room.
Pops? No, see, I came out early and told everybody all the shit my convictions and everything, so nobody could use shit.
No. I'm just saying Pops is a good guy. I didn't have to do anything in a casting couch room.
Oh no.
Oh. I don't believe that for a second.
I type anyway, but
it's true.
I love all you guys, but just not in that way.
Awesome. Likewise.
Not in that way.
Not in that way.
He didn't ask us how much we have on our books.
Ever. No.
Ever.
But yeah, that was one of the things, though. I realized right away when I started doing this that I seen people going into other people's past and pulling shit up to dirt them with. So I come out right away. Look, I've been convicted twice for weed. I'm fucking did that, whatever. Fuck all you motherfuckers. There it is.
Right.
You know,
best way to do it.
Can't use it against me because I own my shit. You see what I'm saying? So you know what I'm talking about, Ivory. It's like
Arizona, I know nothing about nothing.
Arizona's harsh on them weed laws back in the day. You know that. Come on. I went to prison twice out of that state for weed.
Sheriff Joe believed in tough love.
Man, just for weed. That's crazy.
And that's just county. That's just the county shit. You know, the state was ugly, zero tolerance. When I lived in Arizona, a seed was a felony.
Dude.
Period. Everything was a felony. It was a zero tolerance state.
And now look at it. Every corner you go to, you can buy weed in a store.
Yeah.
How long did it take them to do Martin Luther King Day as a state?
Like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, right. Come on, Arizona. You know.
No, Arizona used to be the state that went after politicians hardcore. They sent Meekum packing. They sent Slimington packing. They busted like 7 legislators taking money and shit. And they hung all these people, right? And then now we get like fake Katie Hobbs, who's running the campaign that she's in. It's like, how come Arizona just suddenly flipped over and suddenly let politicians?
Well, it started in 2008 when a certain party started taking it over and manipulating little pieces all over the board.
Talk about the McCain Mafia?
Yeah, that part. And
the other part, yeah.
And the other part.
Yeah. It was Look, man.
Romney, Obama, Cheney, a whole little group of little,
Little Clinton, a little Clinton in there.
Little uniparty fucks.
She was just killing people. She wasn't really running for shit. She wasn't going to win anything.
No, she was eliminating the people that could blow the whistle on those other people. That was her job.
That's why she lost to the reality TV guy.
Reality TV guy. That's funny. Actually, I didn't care about Donald's TV career. I wanted a businessman in the White House way back in Perot days. Okay, because we were wasting money. Our country wasn't working like a business. We weren't winning. We were going more and more in debt all the time, and we needed a businessman to take the reins of this shit, man. And if they'd let Perot win back then, we'd have never gotten half the shit we got in.
Yeah.
NAFTA, none of that dumb shit.
But the thing is, we're the military arm of the Trilateral Commission, though. So this is what our role is.
Yeah, well, that's going to end.
The light bulb for me at that point in time, because that was my first presidential election, was 92. When Perot comes out and he goes, "How can you go to war with China when they make your boots?" You kind of like,
they make your medicine. They make your medicine. They make all the shit. Like, look, you think they're still going to send us Band-Aids if we start shooting their people?
No. You immediately flash back to like fucking Valley Forge when half those patriots didn't have boots. You go, wait a minute, you can't fight a fucking war with no boots.
That's why we need to start making things in America again.
Oh shit! Yes, it's anything military or medicinal should be made in our own country. Anything on those two points. We shouldn't be buying computer chips from other countries. Oh, sure, there's going to be a back door into that missile. It's going to turn around and go right back to where it came from. Oh, that's good idea. Let's buy some Chinese shit.
No, we don't get our chips from China for the government.
Somewhere over there,
they come from I think Switzerland or somewhere over there.
Look, if it's not being made here, I don't trust it because it can be influenced somewhere else by our enemies.
I'm okay with Mexico making our boots.
I'm always reminded of that scene in The Walking Dead where they fucked with the ammo in the big scene at the end, where they have them all lined up and they go to pull the trigger and all those fucking guns just explode right in their fucking face.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't
it's kind of like having a beeper. It's kind of like having a beeper.
A beeper?
It's kind of like having a beeper.
Back in the day, yeah.
Just a couple months ago, it's kind of like having a beeper.
Right. All those beepers go out. Beepers go boom.
Man.
Boom, 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 boom.
Mm-hmm. And the amount of people that had beepers, you're like, wait a
the
minute.
amount of people that have cell phones. All you put in the new iPhone next year and watch how many people you can get.
Right.
Makes me glad. I just hate that thing. It sits over there. I don't even use that thing for anything unless somebody actually calls me. I mean, it's connected to my accounts online. That's all. It's the only reason I have it because I have to have it. Hate cell phone. I didn't ever used to have one, man. There was like a leash. I hated that thing.
Hey, at least you figured out how to use it.
Well, for me, it was like, look, I leave the house, I'm gone. So if you call my house and I'm not there, guess what? I'm not there. Don't call me out on the road. I'm busy doing stuff.
I like how your theme is very Christmassy.
Well, it's that time of the year.
Yeah.
I try to.
Look at my front door. It's Christmassy over here too.
Oh, look, snowman. You guys act like you actually got snow too. That's funny.
Well, we have like a little thing that makes it look like snow when it's turned on. That's as close as we get down here.
Yeah. I mean, look, I lived there for 35 years. I think I saw snowflakes twice in all that time.
It's sad.
Yeah.
So you all are familiar with Arizona. I've driven through Arizona twice, and I've got a lot of questions because it's really weird driving through Arizona.
Which way
and
you driving?
Because
Which way
you
were
see
you
all this
driving?
stuff for like these reservations and all these tribe things, and like it looks really poor.
Well,
What's
northern
up with all
Arizona
that?
Well,
is.
it is super rural in some parts for sure, especially out where the residents are.
Yeah.
And up in the Northeast, that's like Hopi and Navajo. That's all you'll see is those kind of settlements, you know.
But they're getting a lot more money out here now with the casinos.
Oh, okay, okay.
Finally getting their own hospitals and other stuff like that. So that's pretty good, I think. You know, better schools.
Actually, the money's actually being put to use for what they said they were going to put it to use for.
Yeah,
Not-
especially the
not
Gila
being
River, the
stolen.
Gila River community. They've done so many good things. They put up so many houses, so many hospitals and schools and roads, and not just roads for the res, but roads that are like state highways that needed repaired that just happen to be in their area.
Oh, that was another thing. Those highways were terrible when I went through there. Potholes, and I was like, when is this gonna end? Oh my god. And then you'd hit like a really big one and be like, holy smokes, there's a tire all right.
That reminds me, I got to ask you, the rubberized asphalt that they started laying right before I left, how did that stuff hold up?
It's all right. It turned kind of grayish white, but it definitely reduced the heat a little bit.
Really?
Not that it helped though, because it was like 115 for 31 straight days.
No, I'm talking about, are they out there having to replace stretches of it all the time, or is it
Well,
holding
I mean, you know
up?
how Phoenix is. They're always redoing the same sections over and over and over just so they can make sure they get their budget money.
I hate that shit, man.
There's always cones, but no work being done.
So they did the, like up here in Spokane, it's just on like track and field tracks that they've done that, rubberized the track. So you're saying that they did that to a road?
On the freeway.
Because the concrete, they're saying, was increasing the heat by like 10 to 15%. So they started trying to find a way to make the concrete less reflective of heat.
And
So the ground temperature hasn't been as bad, but the overall temperature is still horrible.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, Phoenix is a huge concrete oasis in the middle of a desert.
Huge.
A huge concrete oasis in the middle of a desert. Okay. It just, it's heat. You know.
Yeah, the two times I went through Arizona, I went through Phoenix and Tucson. Is that right? Tucson.
Mm-hmm.
Tucson was really nice. Phoenix was really, really bizarre.
Bizarre, is it?
It's just so hot. Like during the day, oh my god! Like, yeah, it's really hot.
There were some days. Look, that last summer that I spent
and
there,
I'm from
I couldn't even
Texas.
go outside.
So,
Right, I was gonna say Texas is pretty warm too, but you guys also have humidity, which I'm good. I'm glad we don't.
yes, yeah, you're absolutely right. We do have humidity, so you step outside and you're sweating buckets. In Arizona, you don't feel it for crap, and you're like, "Why do I feel so tired?"
Well, see, Arizona's like walking
you
into
get
a
used to it, I
blast
guess.
furnace. It's like it's hot, but it's not. If that sweat evaporates so fast, you don't feel it. It doesn't
Right.
cool you
Levi's up here like, all I know is rain. What are you guys talking about?
Nuh-uh. I did hot tar roofing. We used to talk about Arizona and Texas all the time. Like, how in the fuck do you do this down there?
Yeah, I did roofing for like 1 month out of high school and was like, nope.
And the whole you stop sweating thing, I've been on that job site, you know. And I used to bring, I called it Levi Aid. It was a fucking full gallon of water and fucking Gatorade and a little bit of fucking Kool-Aid, and I drank one of those a fucking day. And the cool thing is our boss, when we got back to operation, he'd hand everybody a beer because it's got vitamins and you need it. You're like, hell yeah. But man, after a fucking day, like sweating nonstop, losing 5 pounds, that one beer hits you, man. And you're like, okay, I got to hang out here for at least a half hour before I drive fucking home, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
And then one turns into 5 and you're like, what do I do now?
What do I do now? Fuck, honey, come pick me up.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, isn't there like a law or something like they can't be outside working between certain hours?
Yes.
Is it so hot?
Well,
no. Nope.
Oh no, there isn't. Oh,
They got people out there all day long.
Oh shit.
in
Well, never
Spokane,
my law protected me from working outside in Arizona.
Yeah.
I know that.
in Washington State, we were required as roofers. If you were in a residential, you couldn't hammer the deck until 7. If you were on a commercial job, you could start as early as 5 a.m.
Yeah, that's noise. That's
They will
that's
start early. They'll try to start early and get done early. But if the job goes on, the job goes on. They don't care if you die. You die. It's Sparta out here.
Oh, right. Okay, so maybe that's the common practice. Like they'll go in and start at 4 or 5 in the morning to be out by 2 or 3.
by 2.
That's-
So they're not
that's
out there
the
at
odd-
5 or 6.
And they
That's
do
like
work
odd.
overnight a lot during the peak summer, like July and August. They'll work overnights
Oh, okay, yeah.
when it's still 102, but the sun's not beating on you.
Right.
Fucking A, man. That product under your feet is 500 degrees.
Right.
And
Yep.
then you get
You know?
these damn gigantic lights out there to light up the whole road that they're working on, and it's like, okay, I wonder how much that costs.
All right, gentlemen, I got to get some food ready. I got kids about to be home.
All right, cool.
All right. I will see you on Friday, my friend. I'm looking forward to it.
Good to meet you, Ivory.
Yes, nice to meet you as well, Levi. Good luck with your
Hey.
Seahawks.
Hey, next year, man. Next year.
Hey, we say that every year.
And that's as a Hawk fan, I was right there with you till 2014.
Yeah, and then you guys had that Super Bowl where you didn't give it to beast mode. And what was that?
What the fuck, man? Run the damn ball. Run the ball.
Man, the biggest battering ram, badass running back, and you throw that. That's just wow. I know that hurt. Sorry to bring that up.
Hey, on the Arizona subject, the reason why I don't, dude, Earl Thomas, we lost Earl Thomas down there. We lost Cam Chancellor down there, and we lost the fucking Super Bowl down there.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of that fucking stadium.
I bet.
So,
All right, fellas, have a good one.
take it
Have a
easy,
good
man.
day, my friend.
Take care.
Yeah, man. It's always good to see him. That's
Yeah.
my nephew, and I don't get to talk to him near as much as I used to. We used to hang out, all the football games, everything. We all, party together. So I don't get to see him anymore. So I was really glad when he brought show to the network. I get to talk to him more. I get to see him again.
Yeah, that's who you were telling us about the other day, right? Pops?
Yeah.
Good kid. Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's nice that you can look at somebody younger than you in your family makeup and like be proud of what they're doing. There's
Absolutely.
so much crap out there, man. I hope all of you can be proud of all of your kids and nephews and nieces, because all we got now is wisdom to hand down to them, right?
Yeah.
That's all we can do, and they're not going to listen to us half the time because, shut up, old man. You don't know what you're talking about. And,
We
what I
didn't.
mean? It's like we lived it. Hopefully they listen, But I'm with him. I'm hungry, guys.
Over, where can we find you?
You can find me on the interwebs at the Madness Network. Wait, I'm doing Q there.
That's
Wait,
Q,
sorry
man.
about that.
That's
I
copyright.
love
can always find me
He's
here.
You can find me here on the YouTubes at Omer Glitch and everywhere else, Instagram, X, Facebook at Omer Glitch.
Very cool. And can we count on you for tomorrow's draw stream over on Pill?
Absolutely. It's going to be 3 your time, 2 my time. Is that correct?
Correct. So 3 o'clock Eastern, we will be the Madness Comic Entertainment Group will be over on Pilled exclusively, drawing to our heart's content.
With the
Hell yeah.
Levi Drawstein.
Draw schemes.
I think we're going to call
We gotta work on that.
We got to come up with a name for that show.
Yeah. Yep.
What?
Very cool.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. And also Saturday, 2 p.m. We also are doing another weekend draw stream. So it's not just Sunday now. We're doing it on Saturday and Sunday.
Yep.
Don't miss it, people.
You want to see people draw Sunday, Tuesdays, Saturdays.
Also,
On
if you
Madness.
draw, come join us. Please feel free to hop in. I believe there's the link in the chat most of the time.
Yep.
Yes. And if you didn't catch earlier today, we had our fourth wall interview with Maisie. It was really good. You should go check that out. And later this evening, it's freaking figures. We'll be right here. 9 o'clock or 10:30 Eastern. 10:30. I don't know. They keep changing back and forth on me. I never know. It's either 9 or 10:30. But
Also,
yeah,
if you're an artist and on the draw streams, it doesn't have to be comic book related. It can be any type of art or drawing.
whatever you want.
Is that right,
I win.
gentlemen?
Yeah.
I went and refound that stained glass window video just so I
Oh,
could
you
show it
did?
to my wife. Yeah,
Cool. Maybe
Yeah.
You think you share it tomorrow online, or
I sure can. Yeah, on Pill, we sure can. Yeah.
oh, that would be cool. I would like to see it, but like watch it as a group or whatever, just so we can kind of get your
Definitely.
comments and ideas.
Yeah, we can definitely show it on Pill. No problem.
Cool. That's awesome, man. That stuff fascinates me. I love science.
Yeah. Science.
So there you go. And don't forget tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning brew.
Lori?
And, Silverline late at night and Drawstream in the middle. Yeah. All right. You all have a great night. Levi, tell them where they can find you, brother.
They can find me here on the Madness Entertainment Group Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Saturdays. And they can also find me on Twitter at Levi Skeen. They can find me on Instagram, 3 Stroke Studios. Just search for those two.
Hell yeah.
I'm pretty sure everybody knows where they can find me, right? Right?
Yeah.
Everybody?
On the Pops Network.
I'm here. I'm having a hard time getting into the brand, though. I just got locked out of my thing here.
I got you. I'm in there already.
All right. You want to play that
Play the
long outro, beautiful outro thing? Or
Sure
actually,
will.
you play whatever you want, brother, but end with that, okay?
All right. Okay.
Hey,
Very
Jen.
cool.
When a series of shipping disasters points to a mysterious sea monster, Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson leave the comfort of Baker Street and board a freighter where they encounter unexpected betrayal and come face to face with the enigmatic Captain Nemo and his submarine, the Nautilus. As they delve deeper into the case, they uncover a conspiracy involving a Russian Tsar with an airship that rains destruction on unsuspecting cities. With time running out and the world on the brink of war, the heroes must use all their skills and resources to stop a massive conspiracy and prevent global conflict. From Eisner-winning writer Mike Barron and illustrator Richard Bonk, dive into the depths of adventure and unravel the mysteries of the sea with the world's greatest detective in Leviathan. Order now at baroncomics.com.
show you crave right here live. Heroes and villains clash in the night. Madness Comic Network sets it right. Scroll through the list, find what you need. Epic battles and fast-paced speed. From capes to cosmic space delight. Tune in and watch your favorites ignite. On Facebook, share the thrill so grand. On X, the buzz across the land. Madness Comic Network all around. In every episode, joy is found. Uploads, they never end. Superheroes and their friends. Catch every twist and every turn. Madness Comic, you will yearn. Stay up to date with every twist. Madness Comic, don't miss a gist. From laughter to tears, every mood. Madness Comic sets the groove. Click that button and subscribe. Catch the wave and ride the tide. Join the fun, join the craze. Madness Comic brightens days. Oh! New uploads, they never end. Superheroes and their friends. Catch every twist and every turn. Madness Comic, you will yearn. Stay up to date with every twist. Madness Comic, don't miss a gist. From laughter to tears, every mood. Madness Comic sets the groove. Click that button and subscribe.